love, family. Everybody, welcome to the one, the only. You feel me? The biggest, the show. Hey, it's called "This Is What They Need from Me." Tonight's special guest is Your Honor. Okay, listen. The way that this man takes to the battle rap scene every time, he's liable to win it. This man, hey, is not to be played with. He's in a dot mob. Okay. This man right here is ultra talented, and we're here tonight to get his story and some proper insights, some useful insights out to the people. So, Your Honor, thank you so much for being here with us today. Would you like to say anything to the people before we get into the questions?
Hey man, salute. Thanks for having me. Glad to be here, man.
Hey, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. The honor's mine. Matter of fact, right? The honor is mine. Hey, first question. What is one message for your fans, Your Honor?
Uh, you know, uh, damn. I don't know. I mean, from a battle rap, like for battle rap or like life advice. What you
Yes.
mean?
Yes.
Oh,
One message to everybody, such as myself, who appreciate your craft, battle rappers, you know what I mean? Everybody in general. Just in general. You feel me? And take your time too. We are not in no rush right now. This is your time. We on your time.
facts, facts.
My sweat is
Um,
off. My sweat
I
is
mean,
off.
so I definitely would like to say sorry to my fans for not only not going as far as I should have went in battle rap or as far as my talent should have took me. Not only for that do I want to say I'm sorry, but for also quitting a lot. I went through a lot of I quit twice doing this shit. I just just depriving you guys of rounds and opportunities that you should have seen me get and things like that. I know a lot of the fans live through us, and it's when we get bodied or 3-0, they feel like what I mean? It hurt them too and stuff like that. So I definitely would like to say sorry for not always being on my A game and always quitting out. And when I just get bored and get tired, I just quit. I'm a quitter though. I ain't gonna lie. Like my natural life, I'm a quitter. I always quit a job if that shit too much or I quit. I quit diet. I'm a quitter nigga. So it fits. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say sorry for that because soon as something get boring and annoying, I'm liable to quit. But to my fan, I would just like to say sorry for those two. Hope they can forgive me for that.
Perfect. Say, you know what, and I appreciate the honesty. You see how we do. That's going that right there, Your Honor, is the a beautiful answer, and I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. I just want to say that the people that hear that are gonna be really appreciative of that, and they're gonna, what I mean. That's gonna go a long way.
Yeah.
Next question. What are you currently in the introductionary questions? What are you currently working on, family? We got it. What we doing? What we doing? Give me
I
one
got a few.
project. One
I got
project.
some. Man, I got some James. I got some James
At
now.
least one project.
I usually do my music now. I do my music.
Perfect. That's what we
I do.
want. Come on.
No, I'm saying I do it. I do it personal now. My music
Okay.
now. I'm back to being in love with the sounds of music and
Yes.
the craftsmanship of making it. I'm back there. So I'm just
It's a great
giving
place to
real
be.
show. It's the most artistic place to be. It's where you should be. If it wasn't for
Right.
the fact that we had to earn money and we had to, the fact that we had to do, there's rules to the world that we got to follow. But if it wasn't that
Right.
case, it's kind of takes you back to where it could be, where you just, But anyway, so I've been making more personal music, not to be dropped. It hasn't been dropping. It hasn't been linked to it, anything like that, selling or anything. It's just more for me. And when I get back to that, I'll be ready to share again. But for now, I gotta refine my good love for it, and I'm doing that as I, get this thing going. If that makes sense.
Absolutely. It absolutely does. And we appreciate the fact that you're back in the studio, fam. That's for us. That's for
For
us.
sure.
So hey, one of the last questions in the introductionary. What aspects of your career should we shine light on that I may not have that I may not have spoken about in the introduction?
Listen to battle rap,
Is there
man.
anything we missed?
Shit. I mean, nah. It's all good. Motherfuckers know what's up, so it's not like. they know what's up, bro. Anyone that would see this who's a fan of
Perfect.
me or know who I am, they know what's up. So it's not my career didn't go under the radar. Niggas know what's up with me, man. They know how I give it up.
Okay.
Come on, man.
Awesome. Say so. And I didn't even and not even like that. Meaning more so aspects of the. Is there anything that before we get started in throughout this introduction that
Mm.
that I missed before? You feel me? But before we get in there, is there anything we want to touch on?
Nah, I
Not
think
right
you
on.
hit it.
Okay,
Nah, I think
perfect.
you good.
There we go. I'm trying my best. Come on. All right.
Yeah,
Hey. So next one. What sparks your initial interest in both music and then battle rap?
I think the music. I don't know. I can't remember how it gets to you, or I don't know which part of your family's lineage it come from. But all I know is that that's what I ever want. That's all I want to do. That's all I know. I don't really. I can't really like. I
Maybe
don't.
both.
Maybe 8, 9 years old, maybe 10. I don't know what happened. Maybe I was watching some shit. Whatever. Anything could have. I could have been watching Big Tig in the basement. Anything. But all I know is, as far as I can remember, all I ever wanted to do was rap and make music. And I didn't start singing until maybe 18, 19 years old. But before that,
Hey,
all
let's
I ever wanted to
go.
do was rap.
Multi-talented.
You
Yup.
know how I
Okay.
get it.
Hell
But
yeah.
before that,
Battle
all I ever wanted to
rapping
do was
is a
rap.
subgenre within rapping. Come
For
on.
sure, for sure.
So
So battle rap. I've been watching battle rap since it came out. It was one of the, I got hip to it early when it first dropped on VH1, and then when YouTube came out, it was over. And I was on it. And then when it came to my city, I had to jump on that shit, bro. I had to get in there and try it out. And I'm happy I was able to thrive in it. Yeah, facts. Yeah, facts. Damn, damn. I appreciate it. I
you
appreciate it.
like you really you bro, that was a room shaker. Matter of fact, I ask a question real quick. What was it
Yeah.
like delivering that in that moment, shaking that room? Because you delivered multiple room shakers, but that one was the legendary room shaker. So what did you? How was that like that moment of shaking that room?
Yeah, it was awesome, man. Anytime I was doing bad that battle, believe it or not, that part saved me. Without that part, that battle wouldn't be memorable at all. It would go down like just like my Don Marino battle as battles that people don't even talk about, don't discuss. We forget it happened. Like you know what I'm saying? I was
That's
doing
the
actually
complete
bad.
opposite
Motherfuckers,
of
motherfuckers don't know
reality.
that though. Motherfuckers don't know that though. They look to
Right.
see that part, but they don't know the rest of that shit was that was a pretty bad battle. That part saved it. It gave it, so.
Mhm.
But so that
Oh
part was
wow.
everything. That part was
Oh
everything for
wow.
sure. Yeah, I was getting a
So
few
that's a
oohs and
world.
ahs before that, but
Go ahead. Yep. My fault.
my shit was falling flat.
That was a fuck a room shaker. That was at this point because of the way that it has, developed its own like life behind it. It's a world shaker. It's one of those world shakers because people outside of our world use that as well. You see what I'm saying? It's a meme now.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
for
So
sure.
that's why I say it's a world shaker at this point. Like, come on. So boom. Next question. Biggest challenge? Say not if it's not and not the biggest one in particular. That's just how I wrote it down. But one of your challenges that wasn't a small one, but maybe a bigger one throughout your career that you overcame. You see what I'm saying? And then a little Baba, yo, I'm working, Baba. But hey, you know what I mean? Listen, what was one of those like, those times that you had to overcome something? Yeah, that's how I'm gonna word it. What was one of those challenges, right, that you had to overcome and you actually did it? Because I'm trying to show the people triumph and resilience.
That's a good question. Battle rap specifically, I mean, it's like
Yeah, battle rap would be a great. lens to shoot it through, to answer it through. Yep.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not so sure I got the resilience because usually I ended up quitting out, or like, yeah, I was still stubborn. Yeah. Let's go with, I started to get out of my way of stuck in my ways with rhyming and shit. But I don't know. I usually get to say, yeah, I don't know. I might not have nothing. I probably ain't show no resilience for real, for real. I'm told, yeah, I'm not super resilient. I'm a quitty nigga. I'm out of there. As soon as it's too many boxes, this shit too heavy, I'm gone. I just leave the motherfucking job. This shit getting too heavy. For real.
But no,
Always.
you know what that is? I can't get, bro. I don't know. I think it's just but it's not a personal thing. All I want to say about that is I feel like with that, because I think people. I appreciate you saying that, and that authenticity, because how it's hitting me is I don't like to be anywhere that I don't like to tolerate either. You see what I'm trying to say? So if I don't
Yeah.
like if it's something about it that I don't want to, that's not making me want to be there, I'm definitely want to go somewhere else. So I don't think that's really like a quitty type of thing. But you're talking about yourself, so I would
Oh.
never
See,
go.
I
I would
know.
never
See,
go.
I call it. I know. I mean, I was trying to keep it 100, but if it's
Right,
not
right.
quit,
I'm feeling
if
it. Go ahead.
if
I
it
just
ain't
want to be
if it's
clear.
not quitting, if it ain't quitting, then all right,
Yeah.
it ain't quitting. I just call it that because that's what the fuck I know I'm doing. I say I quit. I'm over this shit, and I
Right.
know I fucking quit and leave, and that's it. And then like
I
so,
don't know. I
but
be like yourself too.
mm, that's interesting though.
Word. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. So then let's get the next one. Have any advice for this is a two part, ready? Do you have any advice for the, say, battle rappers, battle rappers that are already in, that are like early in their career, and then do you have any advice for a person who wants to become a battle rapper? Those two types of people, those that are in it,
First of
just
all, I
that
would
just
say,
got in, and then those that want to get in.
yeah, I would say for those that want to get in, just make sure you have a love for music, or at least rhyming, which should translate to music. I don't see how you can have a love for rapping and that doesn't equate to making music from it. I don't know when you would have had to be born to not for those two not to translate. But I would say for the new, just like make sure it's something you love to do. And I would say that for anybody, bro. I
Right.
despise niggas. I despise niggas who don't play tennis, but they're going and playing because XYZ. To
The
me,
hell
they're
you do?
all you're to me, you're always in the way from the people who
Right.
really like love this. Like I'm not a fan of niggas who just in people's way because it's lucrative and shit. Like so you just you know what I mean. And so me personally, I would say if you ain't really a rapper, nigga, go ahead and let it go. But don't just be looking for some after high school clout because you did it wrong. Now, nigga, you should have did it right. And you know what I'm saying? That's on you, bro. I don't appreciate that. So that would be for them. But as far as the people who do rap well and
Who's
been
that?
rapping, let's speak to the men who do rap well and been rapping. To those
Hell yeah.
dudes who doing good and then they trying to get in, I would say make sure you be more, way more friendlier than I was. Make sure you're a little more friendly. Try to I what I suffer and when I look back, one of the things I regret is I
Mhm.
didn't understand other people other than my kind of people because of where I was from. I never traveled before this. Before Battle Rap was the first time I left the DMV for anything. So
Wow. Shout
it
out to
took me
battle
to
rap.
that was the first. I mean, I'm not a traveler, so it's not a shout out. I was just fine doing what the fuck I was doing. But
Oh,
but
okay. Yep.
boom,
Yep.
yes, I wasn't a lost boy who didn't know the world. I was uninterested in visiting them. I knew exactly what the fuck Texas looked like. I'm
Back.
just not interested in visiting. But anyway, the point is I wasn't privy to other niggas' rules and laws and how they play. And
Okay.
so when I first started, when you get thrown in the battle rap, you start mingling and cohabitating with other minded niggas from other type of streets that's different
Right.
from yours. You know what I'm saying? And so one of the things that made me, it's like because of that, right? I have it. I
Yep.
just trying to make sure I'm clear.
No, take your
Bec- bec-
time.
oh
Bro,
yeah,
we
for
here. This
sure.
is we trying to get all of the insights. We about
Yeah,
35% through.
for me,
This for the people, family.
seeing other people the way they act, it was more of a turn off. than anything. I wasn't able to really get behind the way niggas think or move, or I didn't understand some of their decisions, especially with
Right.
certain shit. And then once I do get into that, it's like, oh, okay. That's why ain't got no friends. None of these niggas, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I never really got close with none of these because they weren't they weren't of my level of understanding, and that's just because I don't know how to handle. I mean, some niggas are so much good at it. So I would say that's a strength to have is to make sure you get in proximity with some of the guys, get close, and things like that because it is about who you know. You know, your talent will only do but so much. I don't know if it'll do. I'm pretty sure I can say your talent only do but so much anywhere. Everywhere is about who you know. So this is
Right.
no different. This is no different. So make yourself a known person and friendly. I mean, not friendly in a bad way, but like I'm not friendly first. I'm not one of them dudes that's friendly first. But
Definitely
like
not. I gotta earn that.
yeah, but it would have benefited me so much more to do so, to keep an open line of communication with certain people,
Right.
even if I felt they were weird. I was under the impression if he's a weirdo, I don't want to have a relationship with him. But I never separated. I never took the time to just say, "What are you talking about? You mean to tell me you can't work with a coworker who you don't fuck with outside of work, but you can't
Right.
work with them doing work?" Like, what is it? I
Right.
never separated. I can't separate hip hop from the streets. My hip hop is tied to my streets. There's a direct correlation between
Right.
hip hop and the streets for me. It's not a separate thing. So I can't. It's hard. I never could separate it as, oh, it's just battle rap business over. To me, they are one. My decisions here are aligned
Right.
with my character in real life. It's not two separate people. They are the same man. So I struggle with that part, which costs me nothing but relationships and shit, and just so I would say just be a little more open and friendly because it is just a business. Treat it like a business. Don't let if that's what
Mm,
you if you're capable of doing it. I was incapable of it. If you're incapable, if your hip hop is tied to your street, then do what you gotta do. But if you're capable, go ahead and be more correct and be versatile. Be liked. It's important to be liked. Be liked by other people. Try to make sure they like you in a way.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? All that type of shit.
So, and I appreciate that. What the point that I really appreciated that because that's some good advice. If it's not gonna go over that's not gonna go over people's head. You feel me? Like definitely
Yeah,
be more business oriented so that you don't fuck your bag up. You see what I'm trying to say? Like that's good. Like definitely be more business oriented, everybody, so that everybody can eat. You know what I mean? You get more bags that way. I appreciate that. Definitely for the people. That's how. I mean, I was interpreting that personally too. So, and then
yeah.
boom. So next question. Next question. Have I, what is your favorite project and why are you proud of it? So it could be a song, maybe a
I
battle,
think my
maybe a
chest
round,
is. Yeah, I think my
anything.
chest. Oh, okay.
A
Oh,
line. You know what I mean, it could be any type of project. Honestly, even if your merch. You know what I
I'm gonna
mean,
have to
it could
say
be
I'm better.
anything.
I mean, I'm better than you. Would have to have done the most for me by far. Yeah, I'm better than
Okay,
you. The virus, this and that.
love
Yeah,
that.
that would have had to nothing compared to that. Yeah, I will go with that for sure.
All right, bet. Yeah. All right, and that's self-explanatory. We don't even have to. We don't have to talk. You could say that to
No.
somebody who don't got nothing to do with battle rap. They gonna finish it. They gonna. He said I'm better than you. No, they gonna be like, yo, yeah, I shared that meme last night. You know,
Uh huh.
I know that meme. You wait, he got that from a meme, didn't he? Whole time it came from a battle. Actually, no, it didn't come from a meme, Mitch.
I'm the meme nigga.
You're right. Hey, it's the lifestyle. They can't help it. So boom, real quick, long-term goals within your rap career or within your business career. Not like just business career.
Keep working. Take care of my kids.
Yes, sir.
I ain't got no long term goals. I don't have no 5 years. I can't think past next couple weeks.
So it's always good to start to think in that direction, fam, because that's how championships, come on. That's actually you'll never know, man. The future's gonna be is looking bright though, I tell you that. Um Boom. One
I go
thing,
with that.
so Your Honor, what's one thing people would be surprised to learn about you that they didn't know already?
So much shit, bro. Where do I even
One
start?
thing.
I mean, Can you help me narrow it down? It could be anything.
Yes,
You know when it could be
yes,
anything. You don't know which one to pick. When you have so many, you don't know which one to pick. That's what's happening
right.
right now.
Okay,
Uh,
so then let's use it
I
within the
got one.
realm of battle rap.
I got one. I got
Okay,
one.
good, good.
I have a few mental ADHD blocks. I don't know what it is, but I call it mental block. Right. So like,
Okay.
one thing they wouldn't know about me is I suffer from a few shameful. I call them. Let's call them. I suffer from a few. My shame is tied to my ego, right? Which is tied to
Interesting.
my shame is tied to my ego, which is tied to a few things that I always struggle with. So here's one of the things I struggle with, especially in battle raps. You said battle rap, right? So in battle
Yes,
rap,
yes.
the main thing I struggle with the most in battle rap by far, bro, is my shame for my ego and where it's tied. So in definition, that means I have an ego complex that's tied to hustling or struggling. Let's take that.
Right.
Hustling or struggling.
Hmm.
That means I won't do I am afraid and shameful to do anything that looks like I'm struggling. That's my first thing. That's my first ego tie, right?
Yes, you to the anything that you don't want to look like you're struggling. Yes, we
Right,
listening.
that's the
My
first thing.
auntie
I
just
can't
came inside
I
with
hate
the
to look like
dog.
I'm struggling, right? I
Yes.
hate to look like I'm struggling. That's one of my prideful moments. I'll go broke trying to look like I'm not broke. Well, I'm one of them dudes, right?
Okay.
Except I exaggerated just now about going broke. Anyway,
That's fire.
because of that, let's say I see a battle rapper say
Yep.
he put on his story $20 repost,
Yep.
repost, right? You know what that mean, right?
Yeah, I've done it
Right. Okay.
with Shoni Boney. Shout out to Shoni Boney for $40, and she did it too.
All right. Look,
Respectfully,
check this
that's
out.
what
All
we
right, check
do.
this out.
She do good business. Anyway, yeah. What's going on, man? I
All
need to
right.
know.
So I got you. I'm trying. If I see a battle rapper do that, I
Yep.
immediately put I immediately put that in hustling or struggling. That's what it's tied to, right? Hustling or struggling. Is that a
Right.
hustle or is that a struggle? So, like, let's take that one. To me, that one looks like a bit of a struggle, so I'll stay away from it. Right now, I'm getting
Right.
somewhere. I'll stay away from it. Then you got okay, merch. What does that look like? A hustle or a struggle? Well, to
More
me,
of a
it looks
hustle.
like a struggle. To me, no, wait,
Okay.
wait.
Okay.
I'm getting
Yep.
somewhere. Hold on, bro. Because the extra words be
I
throwing me
thought you
off.
was
Because
asking me. My fault.
no, not bad, my bad. No, you good, you good. To me, selling merch, your shirts is that I put that in struggle, right?
Okay.
Let me see, like selling weed, hustle. Doing Uber, struggle. Um, Okay, right. So
Yes,
if we could
sir.
just pull out some
Hustles.
stuff, I'm showing you how it works. It's either goes into these two categories. I think what bothered me the most is I never started a podcast. I never did none of the trendier things that seems that most battlers would do next, like when they all just it's best to get merch and repost stories and sell this or do that. All that
Right.
stuff I could never be a part of because it looks like struggling. And that's where my shame is tied and that's why I could never do it. I missed out on I potentially missed out. I had a 5 year career up until I
Right.
recently quit last February. I had a 5 year career. Up until that 5 years, I'm pretty
You
sure
went
I
crazy.
could have made I don't know. Let's just say any number is a profit. So let's just say $6,000 worth of stuff combined on merch and let's say I did all the stuff and
Collectively.
then start a podcast. Yeah. Let's just say and I start selling some weed, whatever, or have my own this. But all of that stuff looked like struggling to me. Therefore, I just miss out. I end up just missing out because I'm like, oh hell no, I can't do that. Because that's where my shame lies in looking like I'm struggling. And I know I get that from my mother, and I already know it is what it is. We got the traits that's passed, and we are who we are. You just live, bro. You don't make do nothing else but live. Most people end up just fine. But so that plagued me a lot. When I look back, I wonder how much I missed by not starting a dispensary or something, or trying to at least get involved in investing and getting involved in something that's trendy around COVID or something everybody's doing. I never once I'd be like struggling. I instantly put it on struggling. And I
Mhm.
and when it's not, because struggling to me. So anyway, so let me keep going. So
Yes, you going.
I'm a man of
No
decimals,
shame,
numbers.
fam.
My decimals, numbers, and percentages kind of move me. I'm a man of that. I weigh it up with decimals, numbers, percentages. It's how I run
Look.
my life. And so when I say, bruh, if you drove, if I sold weed and I drove 40 minutes, like if you sold weed, what's the furthest you'll drive to drop off a KD?
I don't know, cause you feel me. I don't have nothing to do with
Make it
selling weed.
simple, brother. Try not to make it. What you say?
I said I don't know, cause I don't have nothing to do with selling weed personally. Not to ask a friend or something.
Oh, you mean like you don't even know what the numbers mean?
Yeah, no, yes, exactly that. That's exactly what I
Oh,
mean.
you don't understand the sentence. Sorry. Okay, cool. How far would you go to sell one of your shirts? Do you make clothes?
Oh, yep. Yeah. So with my
All right.
clothes,
So you
I'll
got hats.
probably
You got
go.
hats.
Yeah, I'll probably
All right.
go.
How much your hats?
No, I
How much
got
your hat?
jumpsuits. I got
Okay.
jumpsuits right now.
What's the smallest item you have as far as the the cheapest
Yeah,
item you
maybe.
said?
Okay, a shirt. Like one shirt is a
One
long
shirt. How
sleeve
much is
shirt.
that?
$35.
Okay. You do you give people the order? Do you drop it off to them if they order one, or you
Yeah,
ship it?
but sometimes I ship it though, cause they be
Okay.
far.
All right. But I know. So, how far do you go to sell? Would you go to sell one shirt before you say no? I'm just going to ship it. How far driving would you go until you meet the
Yeah, I
point
feel you.
where it's?
My shit is
So
probably like an hour. You know what I mean? My shit
okay,
probably like an hour.
okay. So an hour for $35 for a shirt, right?
Yeah,
And you get, and of course the shirt promotion and everything else. Cool.
right.
To me, that would be that would have to be struggling too. That would have to be struggling. 35 an hour for $35
Uh-huh.
ride and back. That's all.
Right.
After the gas, after you. That's why I say I'm a man of numbers, decimals, and percentages.
Oh, I see
After,
where you're going.
after
Yup.
everything that I eat, that I calculate off, and when my number is done, I get
Hmm.
16.7, $16.75 after that
Uh-huh.
35 for real. And now I lost an hour of life. Now I can cut that
Right.
16. I can cut that 16 in half because the hour of life is so much more important. Now I really made like
Ooh,
$7, and now I just made $7 for real, for real. And so that to me that's struggling, and people will do
I'm
that
knowing.
because you need the money. And if you need the money, you'll do it. If I needed the money, I
Yup.
would drive 2 hours for $40 because you need the money.
Right.
So that looks like
Right.
so. This is how my mind puts it into these categories, and I
Okay.
avoid all the ones that end up in the struggle box, even if it's a smart ass play that you should
Uh-huh.
clearly make with your next bit of fame.
Right.
What nigga getting a tad bit of fame? Don't leverage that into some clothes or something else to hustle and bustle.
Yeah.
What nigga you know? Name a nigga who don't leverage his brand of newfound fame due to going viral or new song or however he got there. What nigga you don't leverage that into more profit through sponsorships or AdSense or whatever else he can get his hands in, especially with
This
this
is what they
newfound
need from
technology.
you.
Hold on, this especially that's why
Ah.
I'm giving it. Especially with this newfound technology, it's so simple. Now, how many
Right.
buttons it? Now, how hard is it? What is the process of posting one of those stories saying repost your story for $20? What's the how many? Tell me what the buttons look like when you to do that. How many?
It's like yo, if you sent me a picture and I was to repost it, I'ma save the photo and I'ma post it on a story. That got to be like 2, 3 buttons.
And
Two, three
okay,
clicks.
how much real world time will it take?
10 seconds. If I was to sit here and do it like immediately when a person sent it, 10 seconds.
And how long until you have to repeat that again? When is the next time you got to do more work on that thing again
Maybe like if you post a story, it's the story gonna be up there for 24 hours.
before you
So
got to
maybe
repost it again?
maybe gotta do it again tomorrow.
See, now that's hustling because of how simple that is to earn the money. Puts it in the hustling box. See, now that's hustling. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
It's what you got to go through for it. determines it to
Right.
me. Now that's hustling. You wake up, hit three buttons for 10 seconds, and can
Yep.
make $20 plus. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah,
Yo,
that's
and if you're
hustling.
Shawnee Boney, you're getting 40 from the
Right.
boy.
And then you could keep reposting it or whatever to get double it out, having it work.
Right.
Brother, yeah, that's hustling. See, so my mind does that. So it's that so that would be considered hustling, but I never did that anyway because I eventually,
Right.
unfortunately, that still looked like struggling to me because I don't open my phone anyway, bro. Anyway,
No. Yep. Okay.
you get what I'm
I'm
going through.
liking it. I
So,
like it. The
bro,
direction is that a lot of people. There's a lot of information that's gonna be pulled from this, Your Honor. So that.
that's what plagued me. If I go back, I would have definitely probably did the story one. Go
Okay.
back and why not try to repost some stories
Yeah,
to
you
see
was
if you can,
viral. You was
right.
viral.
It was the next logical step according to battle rap niggas, because that's what everyone
Right.
was doing. You grow your hair out, you get a podcast, you sell some merch, you stamp on a shirt, and da da da. That looks like struggling.
Mm.
That looks like struggling because that's a lot of work to pump out some shirts. That looks like a lot of work. I'm pretty sure that's not as simple as stories. So that's struggling. And plus, if I'm not into fashion, I'm a fashionable guy, but I ain't into making clothes.
Right.
I feel like I'm in the way from people who really meant trying to make hustle clothes. Again, this goes back to my other sentiment about I hate getting in other lanes way just because it's profitable. But there's real fashion heads and fashionistas who have yet to get their artwork or anything discovered, and yet we playing with it all because we made a number one song. Now we can just stamp some stupid shit on the shirt and take up shelf space. It just I
Mm.
don't get in
Y'all
ways
listening?
like that. I don't get in that
Yes.
way, bro. I can't because I hate the people in my way of music. I hate what the new
Mm-hmm.
sound done did. Just when I thought I was making it around 2010, 2011, that's when the Migos came around 2012 and it changed everything.
Switched up.
And yeah, and it changed everything. And it was like 3 years after that I realized, oh, okay, I won't maybe making it because it's a whole new game. But anyway, so bro, that shit, I don't know, I lost focus. But it be when you say those little words in between, I swear it's my I'm off up there, bro. I'm off.
No,
I'm
bro,
off.
you
It ain't
just
you. I'm
tapped
off.
in. I got my. I asked you what was one thing that because you're right on. I asked you
Yeah.
what was one thing that people would be surprised to learn about you. So you told me about, and
Mm.
it's about
There we
your.
go.
It's
Yep.
basically how you view the game, your perspective, and then you gave me the in-depth analysis of the actual perspective. So no, you're right on, fam. I got
Got
it.
you.
Are you
Okay.
ready to go to the next question?
Absolutely.
All right, perfect. Because, fam, I appreciate that. People's gonna actually sit there and divulge a lot of information from it. You see what I'm trying to say? For the last five
Well,
minutes.
I'll tell them, don't worry about if it's hustling or struggling. It probably don't matter to you because you don't have a hustling or struggling ego complex. So I do. I have a shame for hustling. Anytime it looks like I'm struggling, I get mad. That makes me mad if somebody be like, "Anna wore them shoes yesterday." That bothers me. Something like all
Right,
them
right,
little
right, right.
shits, the stuff that shouldn't. So to the other people growing up, be more mature than this idiot you're hearing talking. This is stupid. It's who I am. Who I am that I
Oh,
am
but
though.
all right, bro.
But to be way
Yo,
better
take it
than what the
easy
fuck
on
I'm.
one of my favorite battle rappers, man.
Oh
Damn.
no, no, be way better than what the fuck I'm saying. You better go get
All
that motherfucking
right, all
money
right,
if you want that money. Go get that money. If you need that money, want that
right,
money, or it's too sweet to pass up, whatever your reason is, go get it.
right. All right, so boom. Now, who are some of your inspirations?
And Rex is my goat. Rex is the goat. Um,
Perfect.
O Red, Suge, Big T, Dot, Trufo, Castro, Fonz, all of my peers. Believe it or not, my peers in the class I came in. I mean, being around them and battling on the same cause as them, and we essentially pretty much doing taking the same classes, we in the same grade, taking the same
Yeah,
classes. All of that, I
battling each
think
other.
that yeah, about each other sparring, the being in the proximity of growing in that as our class, like a class would. Um,
Right.
that gave me new idols right beside me that I didn't even, you know what I mean? Like Fonz, like Trufo, Castro, Ace. That
Right.
shit like that gave me niggas. I know I got the old head. I got Rex, Suge, Big T, X Factor, Quantum Physics. You know what I mean? You know them all. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I got Get Gaddis, Marv One. Some of my ghosts is like those
One.
people.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Your
I'm just
era
naming my
was
top.
your era was
Yeah, those,
top tier.
yeah, those were my. And plus, I'm from still the Surfs and Rocks, but they were never my favorite. But like, I'm from that era as well, of course. Now,
Right.
I say that to say, but then I find that a lot of my idols end up being like, you, I got the most advanced return you could get from being like in that class. Like nothing, no matter what I learned from the legends, it was quadrupled and tripled just being in around like my class. Period. Like that was the. I didn't think that that one would do more than ever meeting Rex. Just being with them, or like you know what I mean, our growth in the sport, trying to ascend together, and that competition. And I remember like that 2 year was more prevalent than any like sit down with any of the older guys I named or any talks with them could have gave. And I would have never guessed that. I would have. So that was interesting. I found that interesting. But yeah, those some of the guys for sure.
Much love, and I'm sure they're gonna appreciate that as well. What are some of your passions outside of work, your Bronna? So outside of battle rap, so
Football.
bat, yeah,
It would be
yep,
football first. Football is above all. It's the greatest
awesome.
contact. It's the greatest physical sport. It's the greatest game besides chess. It's the basketball will be second. Softball will be third. These are all the things I play every week. I play basketball at least 3 times a week. I play softball on Sundays, and I play
Right.
football, flag football. I try to play on Thursday, but it's getting tougher anyway. There's churches Thursday, but look. So outside of that,
Hey,
of course,
hello.
music. Of course, music. Sorry, is numero uno. Music is the goat. But from a football guy, I'm an athlete through and through. If y'all never seen me work, I'm an athlete at its highest form. No matter what I look like up there on that stage, some days, some days you have a bad camp and you done put on
Right.
some pounds, and you put on some pounds in the wrong way because you was so locked in. And those be your best performance. My sloppiest look up there was my best performances. The times I was lean and cut and looking nice, that was shitty as hell. But anyway, so it's crazy how that, bro. So it's all about the camp. But so outside of that, I'm a hell of an athlete. I play
Yes,
all
sir.
those three sports. I'm also an advocate, movie goer. When I was younger, I wanted to be a filmmaker for a long time until I realized what it
Oh
really.
wow.
Yeah, that was one of my first passions was film, and I always wanted to be a horror filmmaker. But once I got a little older, I think I slowly started to realize what it takes and what it would really consist of, and how I don't think I'll be for. Again, you know me, I'm a quitter. Once I see like, oh shit, you mean
Right.
that, and I'm
He
usually be like,
says
but so now I just talk about them and watch them and talk about them and shit. But anyway, movies is up there. Shows. I'm a father. I got 2 daughters. One is 4. One is 1.
yes,
We
yes.
she's at the
Shout out to
fire.
them.
She's at the science age, the 4 year olds. So we blowing shit up in the back. We putting fires out, playing firefighter, putting real fires out. I'm organically setting up safe real fires and putting those out and experiments and volcanoes and things and just being an active father every day is probably what I'm doing most of my day to day. Um, I sing as well, play the piano, I play all the instruments, play the guitar, drums. Ain't no instrument you can't put in my hands, and I won't be fine up there with the rest of y'all. They won't notice that I'm new at the flute when I'm up there with y'all.
Ooh,
Let's just say that. Let's just say that.
interesting.
They won't point me out the trumpet as the shitty player. But and then I'm in the
The
fashion.
super talent.
I'm in the fashion. A lot in the fashion. I love clothes, love shoes. I love wearing different shit. I love 3 day events, like battle rap 3 day events. I be loving those. So I'm the only one with 3 different shits, and everybody kind of got the same at least jacket on. So that's my thing. Fashion. That of course
Okay.
that's tied to the not struggling as well.
Yep. The
I got a dog.
fashion.
So
We love fashion.
yeah, for sure. But that's tied to not struggling ego. But so I got to overcompensate. But I got a dog. I'm a dog man. Uh, I play video games a lot. Play a lot of video games. But as you can see,
Tough, tough.
I was in the middle of Marvel Rivals right when you called me. I've been on Marvel Rivals lately,
You got
and
some work to do, fam. Come here with the interviews. With the say so. Okay. All right. No, keep going. I'm not trying to cut you.
I'm a chef as well. Yeah, my baby mother love. I'm a chef as well. She knows what's up. I I'm a brother. I got homies. I'm a street dude through and through. I love guns. I love arrows. I can't wait for my children to get into
Yes, sir.
the tactical side of the world. Once my daughter's 4, I think 7 or 8 is we'll start getting into the tactical advanced side of defending yourself and things like that. I can't wait to
Yes,
get her
sir.
on that with arrows, spears, tasers. I love weaponry. I collect that type of stuff. I love old gangs and galves from the 1900s and medievals and cosplay. I love cosplay. I love going to Naruto conventions, Lego conventions. Um,
Yes.
I'm not the only. I'm not into anime. I only just watch Naruto. I wasn't that dorky. But I only got Naruto. If you into more than one, that's when you on the other side. I ain't that far.
You a
It's
weirdo.
only Naruto. It's only Naruto. Yeah, and Dragon Ball Z if you want. That's come of course. Um, and I do. I go to the Renaissance, medieval Renaissance cosplay. I love those type of blasts. Basically, I'm karaoke. I always at karaoke. Basically, I just I get my hands everywhere, bro, because I'm into stuff, and I love having fun with people, especially white people, and I love being places where you can. I love being places where you can smoke and drink with white people because it's always fun. It's always safe. It's the only time you break the law with no questions asked. We all just break the law, but because we all white, we just get away. It's a different world, man. It's a different world. But
He ain't
anyway,
lying though. He ain't lying. They got that purpose.
yeah, we get niggas. We all do the same shit. Drink the bottle, throw the can somewhere, but only with them do you nothing. There's no consequence for just throwing a can and
Right.
yelling as loud as you want down the street. But anyway, so I love getting turned up with my white folks, but I love my niggas too. I'm a battle rapper, of course.
Facts.
You knew that one. Battle rap, of course. You knew that
Yes,
one.
sir.
And I mean, plenty more, bro. I can say you anything. Plenty more. And my day to day work, and my day to day work is regularly. I'm a custodian. That was my regular job, and that's all I ever wanted to do. I mean, in terms of working. Once I realized how the world worked, I knew I was going to janitor. So custodian is mostly what I like to do
Yeah. So
whenever
thank
I'm.
you for the list of passions because some people have one. That's why I didn't stop you. Some people have one, and some people have a lot, and some people have three. It always changes. So I don't
Yeah,
stop people when I ask them what they because like I said, I don't know the number. So boom.
that's
When you run into
there's plenty more.
criticism or negativity, how do you handle this? Or
You
what are
know,
some people,
I,
positive
I
ways
I
to
try to
get
handle it with positivity.
right?
Especially on social media. Social media, just handle negativity with positivity, and they'll come back with positivity. Usually, I on my channel, if any of y'all in the chat or whatever, the page I'm on now is my channel. I believe there's a video somewhere in there responding to mean tweets. It was me responding to mean tweets about me, and that'll give you a lot of insight on how to respond, and you'll realize they don't really hate you. They just want to respond. So just give them one properly, and then then next thing you know, they'll be a fan for real.
Perfect. Perfect. Say, so what is your favorite? Well, this is kind of related to the previous one, but what is your favorite way to relax?
Smoke weed and play the game.
Exactly.
A long, long weekend or a long day. Nothing with just smoke some weed, play the game, lose my mind, and that's it. That is my best way to relax now. I'm a fairly new smoker. I wasn't always smoking. So before it was other stuff, but nowadays it's definitely smoke some weed, play the game, listen to music, make music. Mm-mm. I take that back. Making music isn't relaxing. Writing the music, sorry, writing specifically, not the making it, reciting it, anything.
So then, what? Now that leads into my next question perfectly. What's your creative process like without giving us too much?
Without giving too much, I can give it much because they can't duplicate this type of shit anyway. Um,
Tell them. That's a fact,
for me,
man. You
for battle rap, it's all about being refreshingly original. I enjoy what I'm saying hasn't even been touched on. Not necessarily like I mean I've heard a bunch of fire Martin schemes, but I think what's more fire is another show, a whole nother show. To me, something else that even no show than a show someone ain't done. I think that's more fire than another fire Martin scheme. Even though another fire Martin scheme could be fire,
right?
what's more fire though to me is a Sanford and Son channel. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, new scheme
so to me,
altogether, new
I'm always
material.
looking to be yeah, I'm always looking to be refreshingly original. And the concept is it hasn't been done for real. I try to do that. Now that's hard to do, so it's impossible to touch on for your whole round to be filled with nothing no one ever referenced. That's just so. But it's about trying to do that as well as possible.
Right.
That's my process for sure. always maintaining refreshingly original for sure.
I really resonate with that as well because originality is very important to me too. So I really resonate with that. I appreciate that. Say so. What is one of your favorite tools? Some of your favorite tools or resources when it comes to battle rap? Yeah, when it comes to battle rap within the industry of battle rap.
I was had to say my girl, my baby mother, because I don't use laptops, computers. I don't look up name. I don't use name flips. So there's
Yo,
no
and
need
that's
for.
ill that you say that because that was the direction I was thinking you was going. I was asking, thinking you was finna say. Fam took it next level technology. I was thinking he's gonna say, "Feel me, my laptop, my tablet, or something." No, I got my secretary.
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah. Because and I'll explain. No problem. You know, I'm from the old era of writing it down. So
Right.
all my shit is wrote down. I got pull out my full composition books that I finished my entire life. I got my first one at 11, finished that around 13. Next one at 13, finished that around 15. It pretty much took around 2 years to finish the whole composition book. And so I finished four since 11. And I'm 32 now. And I think,
Hmm.
of course, the only reason I don't have more is because around 1920, the phones came out, and then it became too easy to write it into the phone because you could just erase, you could drag it, you could do so much. It just blew out pen and paper, pencil, and even pencil and paper. But I'm a pen guy, specifically, literally pen. And so, like, I would say, because I don't name flip, there's nothing to look up. People who use computers, I think it's to help the name flip portion to give you some ideas, type it in their name or word.
You can excuse that family. That was I don't know what
Take your time,
the
man.
yeah I don't know why that you feel me. It went off. But you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go outside. That don't have nothing to do. You feel me? With us. It was a random. As you can see, it just stopped off.
You
But yeah,
good.
so hold on, let me
Oh,
dang,
okay. So let me.
let me get resituated because hold on, that caught me off guard. Sorry, people. I didn't expect it. Boom. So
All right, my bad. So my bad. I finish it. So
yes,
boom.
yes, thank you.
So so once the phones came out, my pad, I just really stopped the composition book. So all my battle rap was on the phones. It wasn't in the pad like I should have. But I don't use computers because I don't name flip or I don't get personal. So there's no
Right.
since I don't do neither one of them. There's really no need for a computer. You don't need his social media because I ain't gonna talk about him. You don't need his name because I ain't gonna mention it.
Hmm.
And you know what I mean. So it's easy. So me personally, my girl is, and the reason is because
Yeah, that's fire.
how we know things as humans to me is how I want to say them, not necessarily what's correct. It's most about how we know them to be. Like it don't have to be correct if that's how, but as long as we all know it this way, that's the way it is. You see what I mean? So she does a great job helping me with like, babe, when you think of heebie-jeebies, what is the heebie-jeebies to you? And then she confirms what I already thought, just to make sure someone random thinks that way too, which is skin crawl. And I'm like, yeah, me too. All right, bet. So wherever he be, G be, just thinking about it, make my skin crawl. Now a ball can come from that. So I use her to check and see because she's from New York. So she's the only person I have in my circle who is not from DC. Yeah, she's the only person from New York, from way somewhere else. Everybody else Baltimore, DC. And so I asked her to see what other people would think and what do you think of when you hear because we got different lingos. You'd be surprised. So I try to get the most concise one. So she comes in more handy than any of the tech or anything else I could do. And as far as my ideas is concerned, because rhyming is the first thing for me, unpredictable rhyming. I kind of write the bars according to what it rhymes. So if the rhyme is just if the line finishes with portable fan, if the line finishes with
Hmm.
portable fan, if I'm not ready to finish that rhyme pattern, if I'm not ready to just be like, all right, that's it, time to start a new rhyme. If I want to keep
Yep.
going, if I just feel like keep going, sometimes it ain't enough. Now I have to rhyme portable fan, so everything I come up with, I have to. It basically is basically whatever I find the rhymes best without being predictable. So
Right.
portable, you know what I mean, say more to your man or some shit, you know what I'm saying? So like, so that's basically that's how I do it.
Back. That's fire. That's fire. Okay. All right. So then, Have you ever ran into any creative blocks or been stagnated in your creative process? And
Absolutely.
when and if so, how do you, without giving too much,
Right.
how do you get through it?
Writer's block is going to happen, and the only thing you need is peanut butter. Just eat a peanut butter sandwich by itself, maybe some milk, and give it 5-10 minutes, and then get back on the pad, and that's it. The only way to write through writer's block is to write through it. Is to break the block. It won't just go away. It's gonna block. If you just go to take a nap, wake up, it's still blocked. The door is. It's not that kind of block. When you block in creativity, that block ain't a nap. Don't change that. That ain't how that goes. So get yourself a motherfucking peanut butter sandwich to activate that's the quickest protein you can get is a peanut butter sandwich. Get that motherfucker get that motherfucker right on you and then right through it. And that don't mean it won't be easy. I mean tough. It's just it should be easier. Or if you need be, get a lollipop. Try to get things that's gonna make your body react, so that you can like try to click out of it. You know what I mean? Try to get a reaction out of your body. Your peanut butter sandwich, your body reacts to that immediately. Lollipop, and nothing gets faster in you than a lot. Try to get shit, smoke some weed, take a shot. Get your body to react to something so that it can somehow maybe shake the chains off and open the block of the door, the blockage or whatever, metaphorically speaking. So that's the best I got for you. But you gonna have to write through. You have to write through it though. I mean, I would love for black people to stand together more and shit like that and shit like that. But like, I don't follow politics. I feel like we're all responsible for our own household. No one's walking in here and kicking me out unless I ain't paying. Look, that long as that fact remains true about America, I ain't really getting into politics. The minute it becomes something where upstanding good fathers who are paying mortgage, they snatching them out and sending them to something, then I'll be like, wait a minute, we got a problem. But until then, I am the master of my home. I say it's been my way or the highway since that way, and until that changes, I don't feel like none of the outside noise should disrupt us too much. And my advice to black people would be to get into proximity with white people. When you're in proximity with white people, they don't let bullshit happen to their community. I wish I could pull up. Matter of fact, I'm not about to let this one go. Can you give me 1 second?
Yes, you can. Come on, this is what we're here for. Exclusives, the
Um,
insights.
oh, that's some charges.
This is your interview. We
I
out here
appreciate that.
promoting your work. I
All right,
already believed in it. This is what I'm saying. I already believed in it. Now it's my job to get it to the masses. Come on. So you take your time and what you need.
because I really want to drill this home with the hard facts, but it's gonna. I hope I like could. But if I don't, it's like it's all right. But damn, nothing better than when you can drill it home with the facts. It don't mean your point ain't good, but on its own. But it's the reason we drill. Dang. Okay. Well, one of the ladies sent us just we just received a letter at our door from one of our neighbors, and she's one of the neighbors down the street. And she talked about what the community was doing and what they tried to do and what we need to do to push back against it because based on what the HOA tried to do with our homes. And she was
Mm.
an Italian lady, I think. I forgot her name, but she didn't mail it. It's obvious she stuck it in our door, like type shit. You know when people like leave flyers and
Right.
it was all the information we needed about what they're trying to do and what we need to do to push back. I read it briefly. I wish I could like show you more, but it's shit like that I mean. The HOA is trying to do some shit, and this lady who ain't tolerating that gonna do something about it. And here's how we do it. And everyone got the memo. And now let's go. And we gonna protect. They ain't gonna. The white people ain't gonna let them raise the gas prices without explaining themselves. They're not gonna let them not fix the potholes. They don't let you
Yo,
just not
okay.
fix the speed bump, not fix the stop sign ain't all the way red. They don't allow the fire hydrant to just stay unlocked. And it's supposed to be they don't They don't just they don't mind their business. They don't mind their business. They looking out the window, can't wait to call the state for people to come out and do some shit. They can't wait to see a branch fall so they can call Tow House and get them to cut the tree down. They can't wait for something to,
Right.
you know, they live for this shit. Get around older whites, get live, become that neighbor, that black neighbor, where the next black
Right, right,
man
right.
is two mind. The next black man is, actually the next door neighbor is black, but after him, that was a coincidence. But after him, next black person or man is a little minute. Meaning, get in proximity with whites, older whites. They gonna make sure y'all straight. The 7-Eleven ain't gonna do no dumb shit. The Wegmans ain't gonna do no dumb. They don't allow that to happen. You have to let that stupid shit
Right.
happen to your community. They don't let dumb shit come down there messing they shit up. They don't allow that. So get in proximity with whites and then fight the fight for you. That's my political advice. You went out. Can't hear you, boss. Can't hear you, big dog. Can't hear you. If you're talking, can't hear you. Talking, can't hear you. I'll take this time to go roll up then. Soon you can hear me. I'll be right back. Might as well smoke one. Into the chat listening, I guess I'll keep going with that. Yeah, bro, just get your ass in proximity to white so they can fight that fight for you. Now all we gotta do is go do that vote thing she said. We ain't have to read nothing. We ain't gotta do it. We just go vote. Do what she said do, cause Miss Melissa ain't playing. That's it. And then we know she ain't playing because she on her front porch and waiting for shit to go wrong so that she can call the state. These motherfuckers love calling the state. They don't play. They call the government directly. They don't play that. We don't even know the number. What happens if something break down around our neighborhood? We don't even know the fucking number. Black people don't give a fuck. Get your ass as white people where they don't. And you buy just by now. I'm not saying they gonna give a fuck about you either. No, these white people around here don't give a fuck about me either. They don't like me either. I'm not saying we friends and shit. But because they not gonna let nothing happen to their community, I'm going to benefit by proximity. I benefit on that alone. Does that make sense? Anybody listening out there, chat? I'm a benefit off that alone anyway, whether they fuck with me or not. Just be a nice black neighbor. Don't be the ratchet. Don't be getting into it with these motherfuckers. They'll call the state and get you out. They'll figure out how to do. No. Don't. You want to be nice and easy going out their way, nice and you know what I mean. Just like the master slave days. You basically just be the proper slave. Yeah. You know how to do it. Yeah, you know how to fucking do it. Be the proper slave. Yes, ma'am. Sometimes I accidentally say, "Oh, yes, ma'am, Miss Nate." No.